Hi guys, welcome back to Chop's Garage. Once again, I've been buying dodgy part exchanges. So it's time for a bit of Saturday afternoon fun. Saturdays, I don't like to get too serious about work. We've just had this one dropped off. We bought it from a dealer as a part exchange. Same thing again, like I always do. Swing by a dealership, just ask if you've got anything you want to get shot of, introduce myself, make them realise I'm a serious buyer of cars. The things will be paid for quickly, picked up quickly. Did the same thing here, just picked up this Tigra. It's a 56 plate, agents just dropped it off to me. 56 plate Tigra. It's got dents down here, which aren't outrageous, to be honest. With a bit of polish, don't really stick out to the eye. If you took the door card off, you might be able to get in and ping some of them out. It doesn't look like it's getting too much damp inside, but I imagine it's getting some damp in it. I don't even know the roof works yet. I've not tried that. It's one of those buys, guys. I bought this for 250 quid, I think it was. 250 quid. It's one of those little punts again. I don't know why I love these little cheap cars so much. Alloys are in good condition, they don't seem too beat up. It's got an MOT till the 6th, so we've got what, 4 months MOT left on it. There's loads of rubber on it. A little bit of peeling paint there. Other than that, on there on the bodywork, if you've got those dings out there, just did that bit of lacquer there, it'd actually be a really tidy little car. Now, of course, one of the first things to do with all these purchases is do a quick check on the old car vertical and make sure that it hasn't got a sketchy history. A few of you have messaged me recently, actually. I was reading my emails this morning, and there was some really good reports back on the old car vertical. It's how it's helped a number of subscribers out. There was one subscriber that nearly bought a vehicle, had outstanding finance on it. And there's another subscriber whose the vehicle was okay, but using the valuation tool on Car Vertical, they got them to knock 600 quid off the price of the car. So really useful tool. So really pleased to hear that you guys are using it and finding it as helpful as I am. So let's do a quick check on the car. Let's see what it's got to say for itself. So mileage okay, theft okay, accidents okay, and finance okay. So all clear on all those kind of things. Let's have a quick look down the spotted history and see what the latest MOT failures have been. 2022, so 6 2022, number plate, brake ferrule, drive shaft split on a boot. How much of that's been done then? Oh, it did drop quite a lot. They did get quite a few things done. There was a bad tyre. So then all that's left actually was the slight corrosion to ferrule. So actually they did get quite a bit done on that MOT, which is a shame, because we're going to find out in a minute why that's a shame. The mileage graph is really nice. That follows everything as it should. No ups and downs, peaks and troughs that we'd worry about. Let's have a quick look at values. So it says here the approximate market value when the seller is 1,600, and when it's private it's sort of nearer 1,200, and then after negotiation is 1,100, and when the seller's a company 1,529. So it's like a 1,495 retail car, isn't it? Now obviously the reason we do these checks is normally for something a bit more severe. Let me show you an example of one of those.
Check out the report that came back for this Audi A3. Mileage okay, theft okay, but Car Vertical picks it up as previously being in an accident. If we scroll down, it actually has pictures of the damage from the salvage market the vehicle was sold from after the accident. Now these are pictures you absolutely would want to see if you're going to go and buy this vehicle after it being repaired. So you can see the damage is quite fundamental. The whole front end has had a really hard hit, and it's actually damaged the rear as well. All the airbags have gone off. Some parts of the engine components have been damaged as well.
As always, Car Vertical offer Chop's Garage viewers a nice discount if they want to use Car Vertical. So if you want to check a car, you're about to buy one you've already bought, maybe, a bit like me, or one of your friends' vehicles, help someone out, then basically get to the link in the description down below and get yourself Car Vertical with a discount. I will let you know something very important at this point, in case you didn't know, by the way, that if you go and buy a vehicle privately, the owner is under no obligation to tell you if the car is a categorised damaged car, something that's been category N or category S. They're under no legal obligation to tell you, only dealers are. So you absolutely need to be doing checks if you're going and buying the vehicles privately. We've got leather, which is not too badly worn on the bolster. That'll tidy up a little bit. Passenger seat's all right. Oh, do I even fit in this thing? Seats. Oh my goodness, that's as far as the seat goes back, is it? God, these are small. I haven't driven one of these before. Fancy, we've got heated seats. Lecky mirrors, Lecky windows, aircon. How many miles we got? 99, so mileage isn't horrendous for the age. Oh, turn the stereo off. We've got a quarter of a tank of fuel. Will it start up? Starts up happily enough. Idle a little lumpy. See, we put the heated seat on to see if I get a warm bum while we're chatting. Right, roof. Do I need to do unclip stuff here, do I? Oh yeah, I need to unclip them there. This is the first time I've been in one of these. Does it work? Does it work? What have I done? I'm getting nothing from the button there at all. Is there anything I need to be doing differently? Don't think so. Doing absolutely nothing. So we've got a hard top Tigra then, I assume. I'll do a little bit more research into that. Yeah, it's not one where you want the engine just to... You must let you do it with the engine on, wasn't it? Do the other buttons work? Yeah, the other buttons work. Yeah, so non-functioning hood. That's a good start, isn't it? I'll show you the big problem with this one though. Ow! Just cracked myself on that. I suppose that was only ever going to happen, wasn't it? God, that's a tight fit. I fit in the Brabus better than that. That looks like head gaskety smoke to me. I'll have a look under the engine bay. The cables come off on this, or this handle's come off here, so we need to give that a good pull. There we go. It's actually idling nicely now, actually. It's either clear or no water. Let's pull the dipstick, turn it off, pull the dipstick a second. Some oily stuff up there somewhere. Second. Now you don't always get mayo. You don't always get mayo, but that is quite considerable mayo straight away on the cap there. So we've definitely got some mixing going on there, guys. The oil is cloudy, so we've definitely got some head gasket shenanigans on the go. Now, to be fair, the dealer told me suspected head gasket. I don't think there's any suspect about it. I think this is head gasket. Now, we've got a decent battery now, it'd be worth robbing out. Now, it's probably worth this in scrap, to be honest, or parts or whatever. But I think it's time to have a bit of fun. What I want to know is, I've never done it before, is will these mixes in a bottle fix this car or not? Because if I can actually get it running with a bottle of state, I've got some steel seal. If we get some of that in it and we can get the car not overheating, running okay, yes, it'll still have a non-functioning roof, but it's got an MOT for a few months, and we might just break even selling it on to somebody like that and honestly telling them that it does have steel seal in it, or might make a small profit on it, because maybe it's worth, I don't know, $495 if the steel seal seals it up and you can drive it without it overheating. Otherwise, if it fails, like I say, it can be parted out, but just a bit of fun, we'll give it a try. Right, to give this best chance of working, what I want to do is see if I can't find the cylinder where the head gasket is breached, so we can take that out, take the plug out of that one and run it, or disconnect it as per the instructions, and run it without that cylinder going, because there is a lot of pressure in the system which might prevent this from having as much of a chance as working as possible. If we pull the plugs, we might be able to see which one, I need 2 hands for this, which one is all soaking wet. Let's give it a go. Right, let's have a look at this one. It looks dry and looks to be burning okay on the face of it. Let's check the next one. I guess thinking it through, and a lot of you are probably shouting this at the screen already, that with it being a one-piece coil pack, I haven't really got the option of disconnecting one of the cylinders really anyway, other than leaving the spark plug out, I guess. So this is probably completely pointless exercise, I guess. And you're probably going to say to me, James, those coursers, they always do the head gasket on X cylinder, which is probably something I could Google anyway, isn't it? But I'm committed now. I've done 3. I might as well do the 4th. No, 4th is the same as the rest, so pointless exercise, as I said. So what we do is we're just going to dump it in the... They ask you to put in the radiator, but obviously there's no radiator cap on this, so we'll dump in the expansion tank. I've drained some off to make enough room for it to give it a go. And we don't want to spend too much time on it anyway, because time is money. And if you think you're not going to make money out of a car anyway, you've got to stop and just bin it off as it is. So, but this is, like I said, this is just a bit of fun. We'll see if we can't. I imagine someone's already stuck a bottle of something in this already, I would imagine. It'd be very unusual for them not to have given it a go already, but whether they just stuck it in the expansion tank without making room for it, I don't know. It's worth a shot. So in it goes. I think we'll top it up with just water for the moment, rather than coolant. We don't need to. I can see little bits floating around there. Look like it could be Holt's radiator 1. But anyway, we're going to start it around and run it for a bit. Now it does say if there is pressure in the system to run it with the cap off with a low coolant level initially and then top it up. So we'll do that for a minute or two. Right, put your bets down now, guys. Let's run it for a bit, see what happens. I'm going to fetch a bit more water so it's ready to top up when needs be. Oh, nearly forgot, fan up to full. There we go. Well, it's getting up to half temp. I've seen the radiator kick in, sorry, the fan kick in. The fan's run. It's staying at about half temp at the moment. We're going to run it for about, I think now it's got to there, we're going to run it for about another 20 minutes or so. 20 or 30 minutes, so we'll let that happen for a little bit longer and we'll see how we get on. I will note actually that's that temperature with the fan having just kicked in, and obviously these fans going on full, so we don't know what temperature it get to with these fans switched off. We've got no warm air, so we've got an airlock somewhere as well, presumably in the cooling system. I need to try and sort out. Right, we've got hot air now. And the temperature is staying about there. The fan's not running at the moment. So look at the exhaust. We've still got some water vapour coming out of there. So again, yeah, put your bets down below. What do you reckon? Our pipes are warm, top and bottom. Well, just out of interest, I've turned the fans off, let the car idle, and it is pretty stubbornly refusing to go past halfway. Whether that means anything or not, I do not know. I think it's time to go and wash my hands, have a coffee, let the car cool down as per the instructions, completely cool. So I've got a few things to get on for a couple of hours, and then we'll come back and give it another go. The temperature's even going down a little bit there. I didn't hear the fan kick in. Right, Monday morning, we've left it over the weekend. I've got some errands to run, so let's go and give it a go and see how our steel sealer's got on. I've got some coolant in the passenger seat in case, oh god blimey, I don't fit in this thing, in case we get stuck. And yeah, let's see how we get on. So basically, I don't know if we're going to stop the smoke altogether or whether we're just going to stop it overheating. But let's go. I need to go for a decent run, so I'll get everything done and then come back to you with the results. Well, I've been driving it around for the last 20 minutes, coming up half an hour. It seems to want to stay exactly there temperature wise. I'm going to sit here and idle for a bit and see what happens, because obviously we've got the airflow when we're driving. There's certainly no plumes of smoke behind it like there were when I first got it and you drove along. We're going to let it idle, like I say, for a bit longer. Let's go and have a look at the exhaust. That's running clean without any smoke at all now. Oh, we used a fair bit of coolant that journey. It was up to there, so we've used that much in the half hour. So it's definitely still using coolant, I think. I guess if you're just using it for little runs around locally and you kept topping the coolant up, you'd be alright, wouldn't you? I wouldn't like to think how long it'll last sitting in traffic. Well, I guess we'll do that now. We'll let it run for a bit, just sitting here, and see how much more of that coolant goes if we try and replicate if we were sitting in traffic. Well, it's got just over half temp and the fan's kicked in, and that's brought it back down under half again. Well, I'm bored now. It's been about 20 minutes. It's not overheating. It's not smoking. And the coolant level has stayed where it is. So it's definitely obviously using more coolant when it's driving. So let's turn it off. So what do you think down below, guys? Put your comments down below. I'm not going to say it's fixed. I'm going to say it's greatly improved. If you remember, it was smoking more than the 50s movie style when it first came in, and we had no coolant at all in the car. And now it doesn't seem to smoke, not that I can see anyway, and it's using a bit of coolant, not a lot of coolant. So as a little runabout locally, as long as you're aware of the fault and top it up every now and then, I guess it's a usable little car. Obviously usable as a hard top. I'm not going to look into that hood at all. Could just be a fuse, could be something else, I don't know. No warnings on the dash. I mean, I guess, what do I say? I say it probably owes me with everything, with the VAT, about 350 quid. I'll just go for 350 quid. Let someone have it for 350 quid. They've got good bit of cash in the alloys here. They've got loads of rubber on them. Yeah, so got a nice set of alloys. Stick them on your Corsa if you want to. Put some steelies back on and then move this on. But for, I mean, I guess it'd probably get for an MOT as well, wouldn't it? I guess it's not going to overheat going for an MOT, sitting on an MOT ramp. And there's nothing to suggest it would need anything major for the MOT, based on the drive I've had, other than maybe there's some new, oh, probably new disc and pads, I'd say, on the front there. But not expensive for these kind of things, especially if you can do it yourself. So yeah, comment down below. If you and me, what would you do with the car? What's your thoughts on our little experiment with the steel seal there? I'm sure a lot of you probably got some ideas of how I should have done that differently or better. But like I say, I'm not going to say that's a miracle fix in a bottle. I mean, this is a very far gone. You know, you can catch this a lot earlier than this and put the steel seal in. You probably would have had better results. And still very creamy, but I didn't clean it off today. So yeah, you could have caught this quite a bit earlier and probably had a better result than this. This was pretty far gone, but it still has seemed to have made a significant improvement. Anyway, yeah, as always, interested in your thoughts. Many thanks. Comments down below. Many thanks as always for watching. Catch me again on the next one. Oh, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because I've got some proper random cars coming in, some old school classics. There's a real mix of stuff coming up, so yeah, you never know what's going to come next round here. And don't forget, when you're buying your car, stay safe. Make sure you get a car vertical done. Remember, the link is in the description down below. If you've already bought the vehicle, still worth running a check. Make sure you know exactly what you did get. Just a reminder, guys, this is your last chance to enter the Chops Garage raffle. It is ending tomorrow. So you've got the launch diagnostics machine. What was that worth? About $450-ish. We've got 2 Top Don jump starter packs, 1 brand new box, 1 demoed one. We've got the Top Don battery tester, and we've got the GT Shine ceramic kit with the dry and towel, the ceramic shampoo and the ceramic spray. Only 50p a ticket, remember, with 50% of the proceeds going to the North Devon Hospice, so a really good charity. So yeah, last chance to get entered on that. There's a link for that in the description down below.